Hey YouTube, it's Metagross Freak, and welcome back to the Dojo of Awesome. And today things are getting a little electric. I've covered Ghost and Steel, and even covered a little bit of Dragon in various Pokemon videos, but today I'm covering Electric, which is probably one of the most popular types in the game. Now, the average fully evolved, or level 100, um, electric Pokemon tends to have a base stat total of about 495, and as you can probably see based on the above graph, their main skills tend to be in special attack and speed. Now the electric type is only really weak against ground. It's only really weak against ground, and it's only strong against water and flying. However, electric only does half damage, not only to itself, but it only does half damage to dragon and grass. Um, I would assume this is because dragons are just ridiculously powerful, and so I guess the raw power of nature does less damage to them. And I guess that would be because, I guess for grass, it would be because I don't know, because wood makes a poor conductor. On the flip side, I've seen lightning bolts set trees on fire, so I really don't know if they have grass in the right little area there. Um, oh yeah, there we go. Most generations have an electric type gym leader. I mean, we have Lieutenant Surge in Gen 1, we have Watson in Gen 3, Volkner in Gen 4, and Elsa in Gen 5. For some reason, Generation 2 doesn't have an electric type gym leader, though in most of the Generation 2 games, though, I mean, you can catch all of the Generation 1 Pokemon. And in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or even Fire Red and Leaf Green, where you can go to different parts of Johto, you're still able to fight Lieutenant Surge. I realize that Heart Gold and Fire Red and Leaf Green are actually remakes of the original Red, Blue, and Green and Yellow, but you can still do parts of Johto. So I guess Johto just doesn't like electric gyms. Although Volkner is technically the 8th gym leader, Elsa, Lieutenant Surge, and Watson are all about the 4th gym leader. I think 4 is about the right number for the 3 of them. So yeah, so I guess the video games are implying that if you can beat the electric type gym leader, you're almost halfway to being a master trainer. That being said, most electric type Pokemon are based on mammals. We've got Zebstrika, who's a zebra. We got a Electivire, who's a kind of a well, I checked on the wiki, and apparently he's based kind of like on a combination of like a gorilla and a yeti, which I guess that would explain the Ben 10 character Shock Squatch, because apparently Shock Squatch is supposed to be based on Electivire. We also have, we've got a lion, a fox, a sheep, and a wolf. But most noticeably, we have a lot of rodents. Similar to how we don't have a gym leader, an electric gym leader in Gen 2, there aren't any electric rodents for some reason in Gen 2, unless of course you count Pichu, which is a pre-evolution of Pikachu, which has a final form of Raichu, both Pikachu and Raichu of course being Gen 1, but no new line. Generally, we have Plusle and Minun from Gen 3, Pachirisu from 4, and Emolga from 5, and all of them seem to be like basically weaker versions of Pikachu. On an interesting note, Plusle and Minun were actually they were originally going to be one mouse, but after the creation of the double battle system, they actually split Plusle and Minun into 2 separate Pokemon just to demonstrate the double battle system, and they actually created the move Helping Hand just for Plusle and Minun. Pokemon that are electric Pokemon that aren't mammals are kind of, well, bizarre. I mean, we've got Galvantula, which is a giant spider. We have the Magnezone family and Electrodes family, which are kind of mechanical and spherical shaped. And then we just have some, various fish-related things. Lantern makes sense because he is an angler fish. It makes sense to have electricity there, and Electros makes sense because he's an electric eel. But Stunfisk he's a flounder. I really don't get where the electric part came from. I like Stunfisk. I wish he was more powerful, but having an electric and ground type doesn't really. It's just a weird combination. We have a lot of electric legendaries. We have, Thunderous and Zekrom from 5. We have Rotom from Generation 4. We have Zapdos from 1 and Raikou from 2. Strangely enough, despite most of our discrepancies being in Generation 2, we've got, no Mouse in Generation 2 and no Gym Leader in Generation 2. For some reason, we have no Legendary in Generation 3. But all of these legendaries are really good, though they tend to be, I don't know, they tend to be based, like all legendaries should, on kind of mythical things. Zekrom along with Reshiram are based on Yin and Yang. I believe Zekrom is Yin. You can correct me in the comments if I am wrong. Raikou, based on his design, looks kind of like a saber-toothed tiger, which I realize isn't a mythical creature, but it's a popular prehistoric creature. We have Zapdos, based on the legendary Thunderbird, one of my favorite cryptids. We have Thunderous, who his group are based on the well, not genies, but kind of like a combination of a genie and the ancient Japanese deities of well, specifically for Zekrom, of Raijin, basically the genie of lightning. And we have Rotom, who in my ghost video I said is based kind of on the concept of ball lightning and machinery being possessed. But the most important Pokemon of the electric type is obviously Pikachu. In many people's opinions, specifically ASH'S PIKACHU. One of the first Pokemon you could catch in Gen 1 and Gen 2 was a Pikachu, or specifically the first electric Pokemon you could get was, likely a Pikachu. And in fact, Pikachu is so popular, Pokemon Yellow is designed, with you having Pikachu as a starter. In the show, Pikachu has so many moves that it's used over the years, including Thundershock, Thunderbolt, Agility, Quick Attack, Thunder, Double Edge, Tackle, Leer, Iron Tail, Volt Tackle, and Electro Ball. And the episodes it uses it in are on the right. I didn't even know Pikachus could learn Double Edge. Let's see. Based on the little graph, the Tackle and Leer, apparently none of the Pikachu family can learn Tackle or Leer. And Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Electro Ball have been moves Pikachu has used the most recently in our current Black and White or Best Wishes anime. Recently, back in January to February of 2011, we had a Pokemon event where you could get a male Pikachu with a naughty nature, and the original trainer was our very own Ash Ketchum. The Pikachu had a light ball, which further strengthened its power at level 50, and it had the basic ability of Static. Pikachu came with Volt Tackle, Iron Tail, Quick Attack, and Thunderbolt. Though this was back when in the anime Pikachu had Volt Tackle, though most recently Pikachu seems to have forgotten Volt Tackle in exchange for Electro Ball, which is far more powerful for Pikachu based on its speed. On a side note, in the picture in about the middle of your screen, you should have a picture of Pikachu using Thunder Shock on Onix. Although the move Soak is technically a Generation 5 move, because Pikachu electrocuted the sprinklers, soaking Onix in water, you could presume that Pikachu possibly used Soak, which would have changed Onix type from Rock and Ground to a Water type, making Thundershock super effective. However, how Pikachu managed to defeat Brock's Geodude still confuses everyone, because it beat it using Thunderbolt. when it comes to electric moves aren't really that creative in design. The top row we have Discharge, Thunderbolt, and Thunder, all which pretty much feature Pokemon just shooting lightning out of their body. In the middle we have Electro Ball, or maybe that's Volt Switch, I'm not sure. I think it's either Electro Ball or Volt Switch. And we have Zap Cannon, which are basically just balls of lightning. And in the bottom row we have Thunder Fang, Thunder Punch, Volt Tackle, and Wild Charge, all which basically involve covering whatever part of the body is attacking with electricity to attack. And, based on the bottom right, that is a Bouffalant. I didn't even know Bouffalant could learn Wild Charge. I guess it can. So, electric moves aren't really creative in design, but, then again, neither are water. Basically, every water move is, spraying water out your mouth, or like riding on some kind of jet stream of water. So that's electric. If you have any comments or questions about any specific Pokemon in electric, or you want to see a different type of Pokemon, be it bug or ground or rock or whatever, please send me a message and I'd love to hear from you and get back to you with a cool video about your requested type. So, until next time, I'm Metagross Freak, and thanks